Yeah. This is probably the best off the cuff interview. This woman speaks with more truth, honesty, beauty, balls than our love for our country than our any politician has in the last 30 years. This is the greatest interview I've ever seen, and this is the debunk the thing that the protest in the UK the other day. Everyone keeps saying far right, far right, far right. Well, you're going to find out that that is just a complete and utter lie. But I saw as well it said violent far right, violent far right. You're going to see in the background there's a oldish man with, I think must be his daughter, who's in a wheelchair. That's the This was part of the crowd. It wasn't this bunch of hooligans. It's a bunch of patriots. This guy's great as well. I just saw this one video. He's African, matey, like actually from Africa. But I saw this, and then I saw a video of black people giving him hate for it, saying all the typical stuff, sell out, all that type of stuff. And he was just laughing at it. It was hilarious. And saying then people would spit on Tommy Robinson would spit on you if he saw you. And he's like, well, here's a clip. He actually bumped into Tommy Robinson there. And he's like, well, here's a clip of me going up to Tommy Robinson and spudding him. And like they do a little hey kind of thing. But yeah, listen to this woman. This woman is great.
Real, live, and raw. Why are you here today?
I'm here in support of our country, our British patriots, and also in solidarity with our American friends and free speech, especially following the death of Charlie Kirk. It's so important to be here today and just to be with fellow patriots and just to have a voice and show this government that we can still have our free speech. It's so important. We don't want to lose our free speech.
That's amazing. Someone said in my comment section that this whole gathering is a gathering of far-right racist scum, and they're saying, why would I want to attend something like that? So what do you think about them calling this whole group far-right racists?
Absolutely not. I think if you're from our country and you love our country, there's nothing far right about it. There's nothing wrong.
That's my favourite. Every word this woman says is godly. But my favourite is our. That she said our. This is our country. If you support our country, and she's going to go deeper into our country. Because this is what this fight is between people who love this country and want to see it do better, and people who don't like this country and are actively trying to destroy it. But our, beautiful. This woman should be in Parliament. This woman should be in Parliament. She's great. And if not, she needs a show. She needs a YouTube channel, because I'd love to watch her daily reactions to things, to the news or whatever.
If you're from our country and you love our country, there's nothing far right about it. There's nothing wrong we shouldn't be called a Nazi just because you want to raise your country's flag. There's no other country in the world where you could be called a Nazi or far right just for raising your country's flag. A lot of people have had really good opportunities in this country. My grandfather came from South Africa. He didn't get everything for free. He worked very hard. Our ancestors worked very hard and integrated. So they did all the hard work for us. So there's a lot of fair opportunities in this country, and I think it's really unfair for people to actually turn around and call the host nation far right and racist when we know that that's not true.
A lot of Americans are saying that
this is why this is the best thing, because he's actually like got a channel and he's good at talking, and do you know what I mean? He's got his views and things, but she's so good throughout this thing that he just don't say nothing, and you just see him like that, like he loved that point that she said to a lot of people. And do you know how much, like, I'm truly English, that I'm British. My blood goes back to the Anglo-Saxons, to the Celtic people. I have Viking in my DNA from where they conquered. Like, I am. But do you know how much joy it fills me to hear someone say that that other people come here and had an opportunity and they love this country and are willing to defend it? Do you know how good that makes you feel?
don't we think it's a bit too late for the UK right now with everything that's going on in the country, the government and everything, like everything seeming kind of chaotic? That don't you think it's a bit too late?
I mean, everybody would love to have a crystal ball. I'd love to have a crystal ball to do predictions. The only message I would give to people is, don't give up hope. And that's why many of us are here today, because we don't want to give up hope.
And about Tommy Robinson, what do you think about him? A lot of people hate him.
This is why she needs to be in Parliament. Because that was the most positive. Honestly, this woman in 7 minutes has spoke more sense than anybody. But just that, I haven't got a crystal ball, but you should never give up hope. And basically, our government is telling us, give it up, it's done. It's over. But this woman...
A lot of people say he's a thug, he hates all Muslims, he hates black people, he hates immigrants, he wants all immigrants to be sent back to the country. What do you have to say about that, and why do you support him?
I would say to people, get out there and go and do some research. There you go.
Can you hear that?
I would say to go and do your own research, don't be indoctrinated. That's why we're in the positions that we're in now, because there's many people out there being indoctrinated. They're just being told certain things, and then they're doing like a knee-jerk response, just putting labels on people and calling people racist. I did my own research. I heard a lot about Tommy Robinson years ago, so I started looking into Tommy Robinson, thinking I've got to check this guy out, this person out, what's all this racism about. But the more I've actually looked at some of his speeches, and I would advise anybody, just go to the Oxford Union speech if you're really starting brand new with Tommy, and then you can learn and find out more about what Tommy's about. A similar thing happened to Charlie Kirk in America. He was just a conservative and a patriot and a Christian, and again, a lot of people put labels on him, calling him racist, but they're not actually listening to the messages. And I think the minute you try and shut people down, that's when you suppress free speech, and if you don't allow people to speak, then that's when violence happens, and if you just try and silence people with violence, it's going to create more violence. I would just say, listen, there are some real racists out there. Yes, there are some far-right people out there, but not everyday ordinary people. And I just think it's wrong for people to not do their own research and put unfair labels on people. In the same way that any one of us, I wouldn't want to see you unfairly labelled. I wouldn't want to see me unfairly labelled. And the same applies. Anti-white sentiment is real, and I think it's important that as people of colour we get out and speak about these things, because if it was happening to us, they would be the same people. Some of those people would be the same people coming out in defence of us. So I think it's important, if you're not actually seeing that same rhetoric and that narrative with your own eyes, then you should stand up and say, well, actually, no, that's not what I'm seeing. We are not a monolith, we're not all one. People are different. There's different ways to live your life as a black person, so we shouldn't even stereotype ourselves and put ourselves in boxes. Think freely. We've had an education. We can see the media and the press the same as everybody else, so don't allow yourself to be brainwashed, and just consider this. There's many countries around the world where you will lose any rights that you believe that you don't have in this country. So if you feel you're not getting any rights in this country, go and try another country and see how you get on. If it was that bad, why would so many people be coming to our country? It just doesn't make any sense.
Our country.
I would just say...
You would think this woman, you'd think this is a political propaganda piece. Nah. He just went up to her and just started talking to her, and she coming out. We got to go back for that bit though, because this bit, she's just, honestly, if I could vote for this woman, I would.
Consider this. There's many countries around the world where you will lose any rights that you believe that you don't have in this country. So if you feel you're not getting any rights in this country, go and try another country and see how you get on. If it was that bad, why would so many people be coming to our country? It just doesn't make any sense. So I would just say, go out there, do your own research, and just try and just be tolerant with people. You can disagree with people. That's fine. You can have difference of opinions with people, that's fine. But, don't stir up hatred and don't stir up racism. Let's just try and unite and get together and just show some tolerance as well.
A lot of people are saying that with all of this going on in the UK right now, that isn't it a bit too late for the United Kingdom?
Well, as I say, I would hope
And how
not.
can you convince those on the left that are opposing this movement?
Yeah, I would hope not. Now, I'm very concerned about some of the opinions that I am hearing on the left, because we've got certain groups such as Stand Up to Racism, and I believe a lot of them are doing more harm than good, because they're actually calling people Nazis, racists, and it's very difficult to come back from that, because they're not actually debating. They're just slapping these harsh labels on people, and I actually believe that they're generating more.
They're not debating because they can't. Because they can't.
Actually calling people Nazis, racists, and it's very difficult to come back from that, because they're not actually debating. They're just slapping these harsh labels on people, and I actually believe that they're generating more racism and more racial sentiment, and they're actually creating more racist people. I've never really experienced a lot of racism, or should I say open or blatant racism, but I believe groups like that are actually quite dangerous, because they're actually making people believe that there's a lot of racism out there, and they're making people feel like they're victims. And a lot of these voices are white liberal voices, so why are you allowing white liberal voices to tell you how much racism there is out there? It just doesn't make any sense. So again, I would say, don't allow yourself to be indoctrinated. Go out there, do your own research, judge by your own experiences. You know, we all go mix with different people, and then is that really your experience on a day-to-day basis, or is that because people are telling you that? People are making you feel like you're a victim. Oh, everybody's racist, everybody's racist. So that's what I mean when I say I believe these groups are actually doing more harm than good.
Amazing. Thank you so very much for all the answers.
You're welcome.
Very
Nice to see
well
you
spoken.
again.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Take care.
I'm going to get something else up in a minute, but that woman is incredible. She just, and you know what? She's got more emotional intelligence than I have. She didn't, she took every question in. It didn't, um, she emotionally handled it well, didn't get angry, didn't get annoyed. Honestly, I think this woman, if not, she doesn't go into parliament, she should join. There's a guy, Connor Tomlinson, where he hasn't started a political party, but he started a political think tank. He said, where we're gonna come up with ideas and kind of join a party if kind of they want us. This woman, I think, needs to hook up with him, because she'd be a great mind to put in that mix, because she's got, you can tell as well, I wonder what she does for a job, but you could tell she's got a very caring, understanding, like I say, and like she said, that I haven't experienced much, even something like that maybe she may have experienced someone say something to her or whatever, but has the emotional intelligence to understand that that person is not representative of my day-to-day life interacting with people. It's just one arsehole. And that arsehole would probably be an arsehole to me too, and say something about me, oh, look at you, you big fuck, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Is some people are just arseholes, but she's just incredible. But then this is the thing, people are going to say, yeah, well, that's fair enough, but it doesn't mean it's not far right. It doesn't mean England's not racist. And blah blah blah. So we're gonna do something else. Hold on, wait there, 2 seconds. Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, that's the channel, Shady Shay. That's it. That's him, Shady Shay. There. But yeah, you can say, all right, fair dues. She said some nice stuff, and she had a nice day at the racist rally. Doesn't mean England's not racist, and doesn't hate anybody that's not white. Well, let's have a kind of butchers at the 965 comments. This could backfire because I haven't seen it since earlier. This lady is 100% correct. I respect this woman. I saw Indian Sikh families, black people, Japanese people, and only love and respect shown towards them and from them. What a lovely conversation between two proper Brits. Facts. This woman is fantastic to listen to. She would be great in Parliament, 100%. You can just see she's got the same love like a Maggie Thatcher. That's what she could be, our next Maggie Thatcher, but a nicer version, friendlier version. But Maggie Thatcher, what you can say what you want about her, she loved England. British isn't about your skin color or religion. It's about respect and decency and willing to fight for this country's freedom. This lady is amazing. She spoke exactly as I feel. As the son of a Caribbean immigrant, she would be a good spokesperson for Tommy. Facts. What a lovely woman. What a lovely woman. We are all British and we won't be shut up. She's 100% spot on. Brilliant. I like this lady. I like this lady. Well done to the lady for speaking out 100% right. I'm sick to my stomach listening to the lefties calling us far right scum. As the lady said, there was nothing racist about having pride in your country's flag. Our ancestors died for this country and our flag. Enough said. Yeah, our ancestors and not our ruling elite. That's why it's so easy for them to throw it away. Lovely lady. There was lots of different ethnicities on the march. We were calling each other brothers and sisters. It was beautiful. Lovely and sensible Christian woman. The British are not racist. I have worked with people from many races and religions, all hard-working and lovely, all who respect the country and integrate are warmly welcome. Yeah, it's not about colour or creed, it's about being British and wanting to save our country from being taken over and being destroyed by those who have no respect for us and the laws of this country. Well said, and that lady well said, that lady, a true patriot. She is absolutely spot on. She's British, no doubt. Well said, lady. The lady spoke very eloquently. That's another thing as well. She actually spoke more coherent. I could actually listen to her. When British politicians talk, there's something about that voice just instantly makes me. It's something about. I think it's because that I hear that type of voice, and I just think bullshit's coming at me, and I switch off. I listen to every word she said. Also, because you could tell she meant it. She was saying what she really thought. You found such a wonderful, eloquent, and intelligent lady to talk to. Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, I think I've proved my point. Everyone loves her. Everyone's calling her British. I see as well people saying, "Oh, them lot wouldn't even call you British" in the guy's other video. And then everyone in the comments was like, "Don't let them. Like, you're one of us, Shady Shay." Yeah, yeah. Just to say, no, the way the media, even in our country, is trying to paint that much as if it was some violent, far right, racist, nationalist. Like I say, it's essentially people who love the country and people who don't. This lady would make a great MP for Advance. Yeah, that's the other thing. Advance would be good in Advance too, but I actually think she would be better in the Connor Tomlinson's political think tank. Actually, she seems more of a thinker and a um yeah. Yeah, well, I think I've proved my point. Everybody loves her. Everybody loves her. And I love her. God bless that woman. But yeah, sweet.